Once again, these are some of the audio that came out and videos that we might not be able to show you aftermath of Ibadan.
I can send to you. Let's move. You can take picture. I will do video. Just okay. You. Yes, this one on the this one on the card I got shredded. Let's go. I can send to you.
Once again, Mokibubua, and let's just remind ourselves that we lost people, we lost families, we lost friends, we lost the security of Yoruba land last week again, even though there were all indications in every ramification that could have been avoided, but it was never avoided. And who should we blame? Who should we hold responsible? Akinche separatists. We are self-determination campaigners. We are not secessionists. We are people that are asking for our right under the international law. And tabani ashepelu Nigeria mo, we have every right in the world láti indicate we are ashepelu Nigeria money.
For God's sake. For God's sake. You see that? This is explosive in life. This is a big explosion. This is a big explosion. This is a vehicle. This is a vehicle. You see that? It's a fucking bomb. Can you see that? Can you see? This is fucking massive. Fuck! Fuck!
Once again, these are some of the sound from the accident, illegal mining explosion, according to what we are told, from Ibadan last week.
Everything has been completely destroyed. You can see. Everything is off. To my own house. Okay. This is my house. Completely destroyed, as you can see. Gates have been blown open. Oh my goodness.
Ẹni tí ilé wọn bàjẹ́, àwọn náà là ń wò yìí from Ibadan last week.
Gone. Vehicles, everything is gone.
Who do we hold responsible? And how do we make sure this doesn't happen again? A week ago, Ibadan came under an attack. Did you hear that?
Everything is just gone.
Everything is gone. It's like a war zone.
I don't know. I'm going to go inside. This is the same for all residents around here in the house. This is ridiculous. Everything has been blown apart.
Everything is blown apart.
There's glass everywhere. You can see the blast blew off POP, blew off the burglary from the wall. Can you imagine? upside down. That's it. Security doors blown away.
àwọn tí ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ní last week
Everything.
àwọn náà ni àwọn ò níwájú wa yìí. Many people lost everything. Àfikọ́ Bẹ́lẹ́dùmarè kó bá wa pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn wa nílé.
The level of devastation.
The level of devastation, as we can hear from this video.
If you come up,
It was like a war zone.
just see.
Ó dàbí Ukraine àti Russia tá máa ń rí lórí television.
It's completely destroyed.
Completely destroyed.
Just see. Everywhere. Whole ceiling is caved in. There's glass everywhere. Everything blown up.
Everything blown
Doors
off.
completely blown off.
Completely blown off.
Look at this. Just imagine. Everything.
Ariwo tá ń pa láti bí ọdún mẹ́ta that we are no longer
Thank
safe.
God for life.
So
That's chaos.
that is just one out of so many of the videos that got to us in last week. Let's listen to this again before we move forward. Mokibo Gwakwe, good morning.
Before, for God's sake, this is for God's sake. Boom. You see that? This is explosive in life. This is a big explosion. This is a big explosion. This is a vehicle. This is a vehicle. You see that?
All right, let's leave all that and come back again to the program. It's 17 minutes past as we continue to bring up to date what we've known and what is the way forward. Shakomama sọ̀rọ̀ náà ni ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa máa jí lójú oorun. Ní Kánò, ìṣojú wa ni gbogbo wa ṣe gbọ́ pé àwọn tó ń jẹ́ jàǹdùkú tá mọ̀ sí criminals tí wọ́n ń da ìlú rú. Àwa ò da ìlú rú o. Don't let anybody tell you pé à ń dà ìlú rú. Mo bẹ̀ gbogbo wa tá bá ń engage àwọn òyìnbó all the time, we should always make sure we tell them that we are not secessionists and we are not separatists. And I'll tell you why in a few minutes, because of the engagement with some of my journalist colleagues yesterday during my training. Most of them, the federal government is often one way we are separatists and we are secessionists and our life in Nigeria rule. So I'll be telling us why we need to be very careful taba engage àwọn èèyàn wa tó jẹ́ àwọn tó kì í ṣe ọmọ Nigeria nípa self-determination àbí nípa nǹkan tá à ń jà fún. Ó wà very, very important that we state clearly to them who we are, because most of them are aware of the problems in Nigeria, but they are not aware the reason why we want to break away from Nigeria. And this is why we need more, explanation. Most of you, Tabanshi program, Tabanika Maso Yoruba, sometimes it is not worth speaking Yoruba because of Omo Yoruba, especially people like myself, that I have my colleagues that we have different engagement at different fora. that are aware of what I do, they must be able to have a better understanding that the Yorubas are not separatists. We are not secessionists. We are campaigner to the right of the Yoruba people as identity, culture, and also why we should not be part of Nigeria. So please, ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, tẹ́ láwọn ọ̀rẹ́ níbi iṣẹ́, àwọn tó jẹ́ colleagues yín, àwọn tó jẹ́ tẹ́jọ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní gbogbo bí tẹ́ bá wà, anytime tẹ́ bá engage wọn, ẹ tètè máa jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé we are not secessionists. We are not criminals. We are self-determination campaigners, because the federal government of Nigeria is telling the world that we are separatists and we are secessionists and we are the one that is creating the havoc in Nigeria. Once again, welcome to the program, and let us remind us again the hidden agenda to Islamize Nigeria.
Elements, religious, Islamic element in the Yoruba ethnic group, to use them to destabilize that mighty people who have built empires like Oyo and other places long before anything. But they are looking for some weak elements. Like Tinubu is a weak element. People think he's powerful, but he's a weak element in the Yoruba war. These are the weak elements they want to use to be able to push the Islamic agenda. People have been telling you that Islamic agenda is a lie. No, it's true. I can tell you that I was born a Muslim. My people have been Muslim since the 7th century. I'm a Madinga. And we have been Muslim. There is nobody in my ethnic group who is Christian. All my people have been Muslim. And I studied Islam in northern Nigeria. And I'm telling you, the agenda is to push that country toward Islamic agenda or destroy it completely. So to your question, I will tell you that Nigeria does not have a bright future for now. It doesn't have a bright future for now. The elements that are in the north, and most of them are receiving grants. Some of them, even in university, they are getting grants from this Qatar, and all the extreme Islamic group are giving them money. And they are building, their power is increasing day by day in the political system. Because they are even creating billionaires. That eventually tomorrow they want to control western part of Nigeria. The East a little bit stubborn for them. Eastern Nigeria is stubborn. That's why they are isolating them. The isolation of the so-called Igbo, it's not because Igbo hate Nigeria. Igbos are the most Nigerian than any Nigerian. They are every part of Nigeria you find them. They have their own problem for sure, like every African group. But the issue, they are not the problem. But they are acting a little bit stubborn to the Islamic agenda. So they have to be isolated. And to do that, you need one of the most powerful group, which is the Yoruba group. If you don't use Yoruba, you can't succeed. And the Yoruba group is very educated. So what do? You look for the weak one among them, which is the Islamized ones, and play on their religious sentiment. And then you destabilize the country. I can tell you, my friends.
Well, many people say there's not an hidden agenda to Islamize Nigeria. Let's even agree pé kò sí agenda láti Islamize Nigeria. But can we continue? Well, that was an interview that somebody granted with Mayegun. I don't know who the person is, and I don't have a name for him. But everybody knows that there's an hidden agenda by the, to convert Nigeria into an Islamic country. Let's go back again and listen to these just to remind us.
What's your name? Huh? What local government? Where are you from?
I'm from Maito.
Where in Maito? Where are you from originally?
Kaduna State.
From where?
Kaduna State.
Kaduna State.
I'm Alkali Monde by name.
Okay.
Yes, I'm from Kaduna State.
Okay.
I'm your brother.
To your brother.
Yes.
And you are coming out under what local government?
Lagos Island.
Local government. Do you have a family house in Lagos Island?
No.
Okay. What's your name?
Luka David.
What?
Luka David.
Luka.
David.
Where are you from?
From Kaduna State.
Kaduna State. What local government are you coming out from?
Oshodi.
Who gave you the indigenship certificate? What's your name? Where are you from? Kaduna State. Lagos. Where did you get the indigenship certificate from?
I'm staying with my uncle.
Your uncle, speak up, please.
I'm staying with my uncle. Let's not connect now.
Shogba Yoruba. Shogba Yoruba. Shogba Yoruba. Shogba Yoruba. Shogba Yoruba. Gami lo fana ni Yoruba. Mbolo pe. Shogba Yoruba. Mbolo ngbe. Mbolo ngbe. Ta ló fún ẹ ní certificate? Ta ló fún ẹ? Ta ló fún ẹ? Ta ló fún ẹ? Local government ló ti wá. Kò ṣọ̀fẹ́. Ẹ ṣàpẹ kí lorúkọ ẹ? Kí lorúkọ ẹ? What's your name? What? Oh, speak up, please. Where are you from? What? Kaduna. But you're coming out from one local government. Oh? Ta ló fún ẹ ní certificate? Kí lorúkọ ẹ? Mo ló ń gbé. You don't hear Yoruba. What state are you from?
I'm from
Kaduna State. Ta ló fún ẹ certificate of indigenship, Lagos State. Bring it and let me see your indigenship certificate. That paper that they gave you from the local government. Huh? Where is your... Let me see. Show me this. We'll show the local government. One by one. We'll show the local government. Most of them cannot speak Yoruba at all. I don't know how. Where's the second one? Also from Oshodi local government. I want to know how it has been done. Thank you. What's your name?
We've listened and we've never heard about these individuals again. I guess we've got to do to move on. And that is the way we move on every time crime happen in Yoruba land. Tabati Sofunjo Meji Meta Atutu Gbagbe, because there's so many crime that is happening. Ìbẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá, ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira, ní kẹjẹ ká máa lépa, tẹ̀síwájú, fọ̀pọ̀ ire. Àtòhun tó dára, ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ, ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀, ara ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Mo kí wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò.
Ọmọ òpópó sánrán
dédé gbowó sùn wọn láláìsí bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n ní kò ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ ẹ̀sìn ò ní bímọ méjì ní kó mọ̀ rẹ́ bẹ́sìn bá bímọ méjì ní kó áfíkọ̀ pọ̀pọ̀ sí àbùkọ̀ yòókù mọ̀ sọ̀yà àtúmọ̀yà rẹ̀ tí ò lọ́rọ̀ ọgbọ́ àríṣẹ́rú wọlé wàràkùjẹ ọmọ onílé ọ̀la àwọn àjòjì tó ń ṣe ségesège tọ́láwọn oníbomi kò sí mu wọ́n láwọn oníbomi sọ̀yà wẹ́sẹ̀ ìgbà olóko orí nǹkan gbogbo wọn lọ sáré bomi kò sí mu wọ́n sì bomi sọ̀yà wẹ́sẹ̀ ọmọ abẹ́rẹ́ mẹ́ta òde ayé ọ̀kan ṣẹ́ ọ̀kan tẹ̀ ọ̀kan tó kù ní kó bá yẹn ní lọ́jọ́ kiri gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá Sunday Igboho nílẹ̀ láéláé torí àbálọ́sọ̀lẹ̀ kan dá owó náà ṣe pé fún ọ ìmọ̀ràn lásán ní ti balùwẹ̀ kò bọ́ sí kò gbọ́dọ̀ dùn láyé ń bí okùn díẹ̀ tí kan dùn ní ayé ìsọ̀rọ̀ nílẹ̀ èdò mi Sunday Igboho arógun mábùdí tó ń jà fẹ́tọ̀ Yorùbá létí ilé tó kọ́.
ẹ̀tọ́ ni olóyè ọmọ Adéyẹmọ Dr. Sunday ẹ̀tọ́ ló ń jà fún ọmọ Yorùbá kó tó di pé àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ní kó fi àwọn sílẹ̀ nítorí pé ẹ̀tọ́ tó ń torí ẹ̀ bá wọn jà àwọn prefer káwọn wà nínú Nàìjíríà. olóyè ọmọ Adéyẹmọ nígbà tí ó rí gbogbo ìrẹ́jẹ àti òfò tó ń ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá ló dá sí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá Nation campaign nígbà tó rí báwọn criminals tí àwọn tó ń pè ní herdsmen according to the government because ìjọba tàná àti tèní they are not calling these people what they are meant to call them. n tó ń pè wọ́n ní they are bandits. Bola Tinubu refused to call them terrorists. Buhari refused to call them terrorists. Jonathan refused to call them terrorists. That means pé àti wà ní one chance. None of them wants to call them exactly what they are. Yeah. Gbogbo wọn pátápátá. I've been trying to increase volume yani. So yeah, I think we're good. Every single one of them are called bandits. There's difference between bandits and terrorists. Akeredolu will be buried next month as well. I'm just seeing the update from his official Facebook before he died. Like we always say, that is the end. Ìjọ tí kú bá ti dé, kò káṣẹ́ ibi mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. I am not fighting for your religion. I am not here to defend your religion. But I am here to defend the Yoruba identity, the Yoruba culture, the Yoruba ways of life. Kó tó di pé àwọn òyìnbó amúnisìn wọ́n wá sí territory wa back in the 19th century, and they literally changed everything. So Kolon Koforiji, he has played his own part. Life continue. You know, me and my family were okay. At least we were able to send Akeredolu to Germany for medical treatment. In ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá ò lè láǹfààní, even though it was not meant to be like that. So that is about it. So he will be buried in Akure. Tó bá jẹ́ pé mo kíyà tó bí mi lọ́mọ tí n bá ti kí gbogbo yín tó kù àgbọ̀rọ̀ kíyà mi, torí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n ń bí ní 21st century ẹlòmíì wọ́n yọ oyún yẹn dànù, ẹlòmíì wọ́n bí ọmọ yẹn, but unfortunately kò sí opportunity. Ẹ bá wa yọ àwa náà bímọ ní inú Koikimedia family. Ìkan náà àwọn team wa àdúpẹ́ pé ìyá àtọmọ àlàáfíà ni ó dé sí ọwọ́ wa. But the only thing ni pé just as normal wọ́n á ní kọ́kọ́ lọ́rọ̀ ogun wa lánàá. Team mi ẹ pè mí. Nigeria is a crime scene. Kò ń ṣe pé ta bá ń sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yìí torí àsọdùn. It's just for us to know the atrocities and the problems that continue to engage us as Ọmọ Yorùbá. lótìtọ́ tó wáyé pé system tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ tax àti pay by some of us inú tax yẹn ló ti máa fi ṣe ìtọ́jú ọmọ kókó nígbà tó bá bí that means pé hospital àwa ntí ó yẹ kó jẹ́ ẹ̀tọ́ ọmọ kókó láti ìgbà tó bí àwa but unfortunately kò sí experience yẹn mọ́ maybe nígbà regional government ló lè sọ pé ó bá bímọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá during that period wàá fún ẹ ní mílíkì wàá fún ẹ ní pampers wàá fún ẹ ní the basic things of life láti fi tọ́jú ọmọ kókó bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ ojoojúmọ́ lèèyàn ń kú ojoojúmọ́ dẹ̀ nìyàn ń bí ilé ayé kankan parẹ́. Don't be deceived by all those whatever people are telling you. I don't believe that. But I'm not here to ask you to believe in my own beliefs. Báyé kan máa parẹ́, I don't agree with that. Olúkálùkù máa ṣe wọ̀nba tó máa ṣe. Tó bá dẹ̀ tó junction ẹ̀, you will exit. Akérédolú to exit nísìn. Ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ ti di tàná, ó ti di ti àná. And we can only hope that whatever he has done kó lọ bá Elédùmarè ẹ̀ kó lọ padà sọ́dọ̀ Jésù tó bá jẹ́ Jésù ló tẹ̀lé irú àwa nísìn at 40+ ìyẹn kan lè deceive mi pẹ̀lú religion tẹ́lẹ̀ ni wọ́n lè ní ẹ tó bá kí wákàtí 5 kíní kan ní ṣẹlẹ̀ tó bá lọ sí ṣọ́ọ̀ṣì but at least gbogbo yẹn èmi ò pàdé Jésù rí mo dẹ̀ ránà bí Muhammad rí sallallahu alayhi wa sallam but mo pàdé tradition wa tí àwọn òyìnbó tó distort tó damage tó sọ fún wa pé kò ń ṣe into ẹ̀ka cherish mo wá rí pé ní paper tí mo kà ní àná unfortunately mo rántí mú paper yẹn padà mo gbàgbé sórí bus wọ́n pe ọlọ́pàá pé wọ́n rí ọwọ́ kan ní motorway nígbà táwọn ọlọ́pàá wá débẹ̀ wọ́n realize pé this was in UK okay torí o lè pọ̀ ọlọ́pàá ní Nàìjíríà kò dẹ́ lóhùn wọn ní materials wọn ní resources tó lè fi dẹ́ lóhùn so don't even think about ọlọ́pàá Nàìjíríà mo kí ẹ easy dollar mo kí bàbá Kító yìí line concert gbowó ṣá nígbà tó débẹ̀ wọ́n realize pé ọwọ́ tó rí yẹn kò ń ṣe original ọwọ́ wọ́n ní Halloween tí ń bọ̀ kí ló ń pè ní Halloween it's just like another festival fáwọn so I am not here to say to you you have to accept your tradition tó bá wọn ò bá máa bọ Ògún ò bá máa bọ òòṣà gbogbo ẹlẹ́mí ṣe mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ni mo ń ṣe àná mo bá àwọn Christian gbàwẹ̀ even though mo ń ṣe Christian but mo feel pé cleansing ni àwẹ̀ gbàtàwẹ̀ tí Muslim ò tí tó but every Monday Thursday àwọn mùsùlùmí náà máa ń gbàwẹ̀ but àwa Christian torí ti bá ní àwa Christian lèmi náà ọmọ èṣù ni mí ọmọ babaláwo ni mí tẹ́lẹ̀ ni mo mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ but nísìn níbi tí làákàyè mi dé tí mo mọ̀ pé àwọn kan tẹ̀ believe in nothing or believe in anything or gbàgbọ́ nípa Jésù or gbàgbọ́ ní wọ́n believe in humanity wọ́n pàdé wọn lánàá àwọn colleagues mi níbi tá a ti lọ ṣe ìpàdé lánàá fún training tí mo lọ ṣe mo ní kẹtíbọ̀ support wa kí àwa náà lè continue gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí mo lọ ṣe lánàá gbogbo training tí mo lọ fún lánàá gbogbo paperwork ẹ̀ lélẹ̀ almost a whole day training ni mo lọ fún à ń bọ̀ níbẹ̀ yẹn later so kí ni mo fi mú wá pé ní pé àwọn tó ní tíyàn bá kú èèyàn lọ síbì kan in tó believe nìyẹn but in táwa believe tí ó jẹ́ nǹkan táwọn baba ńlá wa fún wa àwọn òyìnbó ló jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ìtorí wọ́n máa ń ta ẹ̀mọ̀ pé tó bá pàwọn náà sọ fún àwọn babaláwo pé ẹ̀yin náà kọ́ edifice tó fine ibi tẹ́ ti ń pẹran yẹn bí akẹ́ bá máa ṣó ẹ̀ fún wa ibi tẹ́ ti ń tẹ̀jẹ̀ sóògùn kẹjẹ́ kó look lucrative báwọn Catholic báwọn náà ṣe máa ń gbàdúrà sí ère Jésù Kristi báwọn mùsùlùmí ṣe lọ ń gbàdúrà sí Kaaba káwa náà tó bá yẹ pé a make gbogbo àwọn kìíní yẹn tó yẹ pé ó look attractive because inú Kaaba nísìn àmọ́ tó wà nú ẹ̀ but àmọ́ páwọn èèyàn máa ń tawaf èmi ò tí ì débẹ̀ rí bó mo gbàdúrà pé kọ́ lọ́njẹ́ láǹfààní àti débẹ̀ mo mọ̀ bí a mo ṣe fẹ́ lọ Jerusalem torí gbogbo ìjà tó ń jà níbẹ̀ kí olú ẹ̀ má lọ wà níbi tó bá ju bọ́ǹbù torí the world is not settled, okay, and we are going into World War III whether you agree with that or not. Kódà Bishop Adesina send the video Sweden mo ní bíbá an international platform yìí Sweden have never gone to war in the last 200 years. Ẹgbọ́n mi dáadáa yín tẹ́ bá ní Ọlọ́run ìjà jagun màá kọ́ sọ pé mom sí mi ò like máa really sọ pé a máa jagun she feel uncomfortable with it but she understand that as a journalist ogun ṣe tí irú àwa máa fi sọ pé a ní sọ because I am not a blogger. I am a journalist and journalists must say the fact. I was with the BBC, at least BBC mẹ́ta or could I can't resign níbẹ̀ àwọn mẹ́rin ní team BBC tó wà nínú training tí mo lọ lánàá. Al Jazeera ẹni tó jẹ́ head of Al Jazeera ní London was there kó lè more important of the media. There was some independent media. I'm not going to give you all the things that happened there because there's a lot of things that I talked to them about, but there are some of the things that we are working on. But that is the reason why I always specifically tell you all that don't ever classify Koikimedia as one of those Bolekaja media. I am not a Bolekaja media. Lóòótọ́ lójú yín fún wa lówó mo ń bá Al Jazeera sọ̀rọ̀ lánàá ó ń jẹ́ kó yé mi pé sim card táwọn team wọn lò ní Palestine Israel ló ti rà because mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa the network, you know, how the network in terms of their operation with the present situation. We talked about so many things. Some of them are private. I'm not going to be discussing that with us here. But he told me that sometimes they have to connect through the satellite. But only, but it is very, very expensive. This is the reason why. Understanding kankan tabade ń ṣàlàyé fún yín ṣe lè máa point finger kàkà kẹ́ máa béèrè pé yín tí bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ń sọ yìí nígbà tá náà fi ṣe rédíò níjọ́sí a sọ pé satellite radio ni ẹlòmíì ní kí ló dé tó lè ṣiṣẹ́ láti Monday títí dijọ́ Sunday ṣé o ní owó ẹ̀ ṣá lè fund ẹ̀. A satellite radio is expensive because satellite yàtọ̀ sí all this kind of mobile phone tàgbé dání tá ń lò léni. Having a satellite phone is òun náà sọ pé àwọn náà ní satellite phone àwọn team wọn ní satellite phone but kò ń ṣe gbogbo gbà ló máa ń lò because it is extremely expensive. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin wa tẹ́ ń wọlé má bínú pé mo dárúkọ. I will do that towards the end of the program. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n wọnú ètò dáadáa torí sometimes bí spirit wa bá ṣe dìde ẹ kúkú mọ̀ kí n máa jáde. Like I always say, sometimes I was tired when I got back home yesterday because mo ti tètè jáde. I did a school run. From the school run, because ìlú yìí ó máa assist ìyàwó ẹ̀ tẹ́ bá fi máa bára yín jà tó òun náà máa lọ bí iṣẹ́ so èmi ni mo lọ drop àwọn ọmọ sí school lánàá láti bẹ̀ ni mo gbàbẹ̀ lọ sí training tèmi náà ní training yìí láti last year ni mo ti láti book ẹ̀. It's not cheap, it's expensive, but àdúpẹ́ fọlọ́run tá a bá ní owó àní lè lọ ṣerú training yẹn, you know, it's not for the public. Training yẹn is for me, then it's also for my team. Why are we always saying that satellite radio tá ń lò nísìn tí wọ́n fi ń sọ pé a ní Yoruba Nation Radio kò kí ń ṣe FM lè ṣiṣẹ́ fáwọn mo fẹ́ dárúkọ àwọn radio station tó wà Nàìjíríà because àwọn ní license ti NBC fún wọn tá à ń pè ní National Broadcasting Corporation. Àwa ò ní license. We don't have a license to operate in Nigeria. Kódà tá a bá apply, there's tendency pé wọ́n ní fún wa. What I'm doing right now, Tinubu government cannot stop me. Neither was Buhari able to stop us. Buhari ó dùn gan. Ẹlọgbọ́n kan tí Jagbajantis Fẹ́mi Adésínà sọ pé àwọn ọba Buhari fi assassinate Nnamdi Kanu ni. But ó change minded. In táwọn Igbo máa ṣe fún yín àtẹ̀mí àti àwọn atájọ wà ní Nàìjíríà, especially ẹ̀yin tẹ hate wọn. Mo mọ̀ pé hate wọn, like wọn. But wá fojú Tinubu, wá fojú ẹ̀, wá fi fínná nínú ọdún yìí. In tó máa ṣe mí ò mọ̀, but nǹkan kí nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ ṣe kódà mo try láti sometimes tí bá parí program ọmọ sí mi máa ń pè mí pé máa rántí pé platform tiẹ̀ is a very very sensitive platform. Àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan wà máa jẹ́ kó jẹ́ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ló máa jáde lẹ́nu tiwọ́, but màá kàn sọ pé in tó bá wọn Biafra nìkan fi Nàìjíríà ṣe. I will just leave it like that. Ọlọ́gbọ́n ló lè yé, òmùgọ̀ ló máa bí mi pé kí n ṣe mọ́ àlàyé lé lórí. Bí awọ́ kó kẹ̀lẹ̀bẹ̀ sójú tiẹ̀, ìwọ orí tó ń lọ, in tó bá wọn Biafra òun nìkan fi Nàìjíríà ṣe, máa dé mọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. But one thing I can tell us is that mo kàn fẹ́ padà sórí tí èmi àti head of Al Jazeera, ẹni tó jẹ́ head wọn ní UK ni mo sọ fún ẹ pé mi ò kì í ṣe Bọ́lẹ̀ Kájà media. O ò lè pàdé irú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn easily kó tẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ẹni tó ń lọ yìí òun ló head Al Jazeera ní gbogbo UK. Òun ní bureau wọn, ọmọ kan ní bureau káàkiri. During our engagement, because èmi jẹ́ kọ́mọ̀ pé mo ní 25 staff, because wọ́n ní ọmọ kò lókàlùkù máa ṣàlàyé platform ẹ̀ tó bá débẹ̀ irú àwọn fọ́nrán yẹn òun náà sọ̀rọ̀, who are you? OLAYOMI KOIKI of Koikimedia. Mo dẹ̀ dé fìlà mi, ẹ̀rí pé mo wọṣọ press mi jáde lánàá, mo dẹ̀ pín card mi náà, mo pín business card mi. So eventually mo kàn fún yín ìjọra ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn kan rí mi lánàá nígbà tí mo ṣe video. Ẹlòmíì kò ní understanding kan ta ló ṣe níbẹ̀ yẹn. No, àwọn tó ń cut video tó ń join ẹ̀ mọ́ra wọn, èmi ò ṣe yẹn. Àwọn ṣe yẹn lórí platform tiwa. We do a straight videos to educate us. Èmi náà educate ara mi. Ibi tí mo lọ yẹn, mo tún lọ kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́, mo lọ kọ́ oríṣiríṣi àwọn ẹ̀kọ́. But one thing is, ká padà sórí satellite radio. Nígbà táwọn náà fẹ́ ṣe rédíò, Koiki fẹ́ kówó jẹ, bla bla bla, because no understanding. But wọ́n yẹn jẹ́ kó yé mi pé without resources you cannot operate a media. Without resources, kódà bẹ́ẹ̀ fún wa ní £5,000 lẹ́nìí, a lè lò within 3 days kò tán. Níbo la tún máa rí another 5,000? Ìyẹn làwa ṣe ń jáde constantly la ń sọ pé ẹ support tiwa ká lè rí iṣẹ́ ṣe. Ó ń jẹ́ kó yé mi pé tí àwọn ọba ní resources, in tó fi ń jẹ́ Al Jazeera ìrọ̀lẹ́ pa, ẹ lè gbọ́n kankan tó ń jẹ́ Al Jazeera. Lábẹ́ bọ̀bọ́ yẹn nìkan ní UK ní bíbà tó tún ṣàwọn bòmíì, 18 team members ló wà lábẹ́ tòun nìkan. 18. Ṣó fi pé £50,000 or ṣe fi pé £50,000 ta fi raise tẹ́ pé kódà £1,000 ọ̀ tí sínú account yẹn nísìn, because ẹ̀ ń dúró dẹni tó máa wá béèrè owó àìsàn àtowó gbà, ẹ̀ má kú síbẹ̀. Owó táwọn kan fi dá nìyẹn. Àwọn kan ready láti dáwó mọ́, wọn náà ti dá mama rẹ́rìn. Ẹ̀ mọ́ tán pè ní movement. À ń díò pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n ní burúkú owó lọ́wọ́. Àwọn tó ń tan àwọn èèyàn wa débi pé wọ́n tàn wọ́n títí. Èní ló pé ọ̀sẹ̀ kan tó bá kàn máa di alẹ́ ọ̀la, which is alẹ́ ẹni rather, ló máa pé the exact timing, because bí aago 7:30 la bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń gbọ́ pé there's an explosion ní ìlú Ìbàdàn ní Bódìjà. If a media doesn't have the capacity and the resources to operate, the media is as nothing as just ó kàn pariwo ni. Ìyẹn ló máa ń dàbí pé nígbà míì tá a bá jáde ìtara pé a ní resources táwa lè fi ṣiṣẹ́. So sometimes the anger comes in, but again we try to control the narratives. Ó ń jẹ́ kó yé mi pé táwọn kò mọ̀ bí pé àwọn Israel máa ń switch off satellite connectivity because àwọn ló ń supply Palestine ní internet connectivity. Òun á jẹ́ kó yé mi pé SIM card Israel làwọn ń lò, so they still get signal but signal yẹn náà ó máa ń drop. So that means sometimes kò ní gbogbo gbà ó, they have to rely on the satellite transmission. Tẹ́ bá rí wọn tó bá go live nígbà míì ẹ̀yin ò ní mọ̀ pé satellite transmission ló ń lò tó bá lè rí SIM card connectivity. Irú àwa nísìn ní Nàìjíríà àwọn team mi nísìn I only communicate with them through the SIM card. We don't have the satellite. But our Yoruba kan wá decide ní 2 years ago, literally almost 1.5 years ago, I came out, I say, a máa ṣe rédíò. A jẹ́ kó yé ọmọ Yorùbá pé rédíò yẹn kọ́ it will be through satellite. Kò ní jẹ́ transmission tó máa wá bí frequency ti FM on a daily basis. Ó máa láwọn ọjọ́, which is exactly what they are still doing today. Ìjọ Saturday àti Sunday nìkan lè gbọ́ fún 1 hour. 1 hour yẹn tí wọ́n bá mọ iye tó ń cost àwọn tí wọ́n run ẹ̀ nísìn because àwọn bíi mélòó kan ni wọ́n run ẹ̀ after tí bàbá lórí burúkú tó ní kú síbi táṣọ ẹ̀ wà tó pè rẹ̀ ní Adéníran lòṣì bomb bastard tó sọ pé rédíò yẹn kọ́ bla 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 ó destroy it for 2 years but àwọn group kan padà síbi tí a parí project yẹn sí wọ́n kíkẹ́ wọ́n sanwó ńlá tó pọ̀ kò ń ṣòwò kékeré lọ́sàn. That radio tẹ́kọ̀ rárá ń gbọ́ tán ní wọ́n ń ṣe àti tó ń jáde it has cost thousands of dollars ni wọ́n gbé débi tó dé tí wọ́n ń jẹ́ kó dún but tá a bá fọ́ndẹ̀ maybe another 6 months ẹ lè má gbọ́ mọ́ because tó o bá ní owó tó máa fi run ẹ̀ is not going to work. Lóòótọ́ àwọn kan lè ní ẹ bọ̀ kí ló dé tẹ́ ẹ ṣe àwọn ní pirate one tẹ́ ní FM technology náà ti wà wọ́n lè detect ibi tó bá wà ẹ lè ṣe kẹ lucky kó run for some time. Tàwọn Biafra gan in and out ni wọ́n gbé sínú igbó oríṣiríṣi. I don't want to go into all the details, so it's not something that is easy to run such a kind of radio frequency because technology náà ti wà láti detect it. But the difference pẹ̀lú satellite ni pé kò ń ṣe inú ibì kan lẹ́tí máa mọ ibi tó ń bọ̀ inú afẹ́fẹ́ ló wà. That is what makes it different. But why wọ́n ní how do I even cope pé bo ni mo ti ń rí resources pé because mo ní 25 team mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo dẹ̀ náwọn freelance people tó wà níta around the world tó máa ń fún mi ní content because content ni media náà. Àwọn náà ní ó dárúkọ àwọn tó ń bá ṣiṣẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà mo ní dárúkọ wọn but ó fún mi ní details wọn. You know, why am I bringing this up again is because most of you don't understand how media works. Ìtẹ̀kàn rò ní pé ṣèbí inú ilé ẹ̀ ló jókòó sí ló ń pariwo Yorùbá nation. Ibi tí mo lọ lánàá mo lè confirm fáwọn èèyàn ọmọ Yorùbá pé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation was mentioned in my presentation to all the medias that were on the seat. I will not say more than that, but one thing tí mo kọ̀ mú jáde because I'm just moving from different point of conversation, but the conversation is a week ago ní explosion bó ṣe sọ fún wa. Àwọn tó wà Nàìjíríà gan mọ̀ pé kò ń ṣe explosion, so it will be very stupid of me to be coming out kí n máa sọ pé explosion ìgbà tó yẹ pé àwọn tó wà Nàìjíríà gan in tán sọ fún wa ni pé it was a bomb blast. But whether it's a bomb blast or it's not, ẹ jẹ́ n padà sọ́dọ̀ tíìmù àti mo ní ìyàwó ẹ̀ bímọ ní àná àdúpẹ́ fọlọ́run ó bí ọkùnrin àti ìyá àtọmọ àlàáfíà ló wà. But kí ló dé tó jẹ́ pé nílẹ̀ Yorùbá níbi tílẹ̀ mọ́dé gbogbo àwọn tó ń bímọ hospital ò lè tọ́jú wọn nítorí pé hospital ò ní resources kò ní capacity. Mo kàn fẹ́ ká gbọ́ sound colleague mi nígbà tí ìyàwó ẹ̀ bímọ tán. Kò ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn náà ló mú pé kó máa wá bá wa àbí kó máa wá bẹ̀yìn fún assistant nítorí pé fún ìdí kan àbí ìdí kejì. Àwọn tó wà nílé tó jọmọ Yorùbá wọ́n ń ṣọ̀lẹ. Kódà bójú oko nìyàn bá ń dá, wàá kóró èkó ẹ̀, wàá tà, wàá rí profit tiẹ̀ nú ẹ̀, wàá lè fi inú profit yẹn wàá tún invest ẹ̀ or kò ṣe other things. But kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ní Nàìjíríà. Mo ń sọ fún ìkan àwọn journalist níbẹ̀ lánàá pé inflation Nàìjíríà 28 ni ó káwọ́ mọ́rí ni pé 28 kẹ̀ báwo lè ṣe fi survive. Some of you don't know the consequence of that shit whole country. Ó ti bà nǹkan jẹ́. Ẹgbọ́n kan tí colleague mi sọ. Though lọ́dọ̀ tiwa, I've done the little I have. I'm not here to raise money for him. Mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́ ní understanding the pain. Nígbà míì in tó ń jẹ́ kílò àwa máa tètè máa bínú nìyẹn pé ẹ̀dẹ̀ ní ẹ̀fẹ́ ogun, ẹni ẹ̀fẹ́ jà, but we are all suffering. Àwọn ọmọ mi wọ́n ní send owó sáwọn cousin wọn nílé o nítorí pé they have a life. Bó ṣe máa rí fáwọn ọmọ tiyín náà àti owó àwọn tó jẹ́ diaspora. Mo kí grandma lẹ́ǹkan sí tí ọmọ wọn ṣaláìsí ní Nàìjíríà ní last week. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí gbogbo àwọn tí ó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà affected ní Bódìjà. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ilé yín bàjẹ́ àlówó ta lè ṣe, but àwa ní media ta lè bá yín sọ fún international media, because mo ń bi bọ̀bọ́ yẹn pé kí ló dé tí Al Jazeera ò gbé news Ìbàdàn. Though òun sọ fún mi pé òun wà on holiday, òun ṣẹ̀ dé ni, òun ò dẹ̀ follow in tí àwọn ṣe after tó ń wà on holiday. BBC mo tẹ̀ ní láti bí àwọn yẹn because mo mọ̀ pé àwọn yẹn lẹ́yìn BBC Yorùbá tẹ́ rí tó náà wọ́n ní announce lórí international platform wọn. Tọ́ba dẹ̀ máa announce off peak time ló máa announce wọ́n ní there's what they call the peak time and the off peak. Off peak ni program tó máa ṣe tó máa sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ní 11 o'clock. Èèyàn mélòó ló máa gbọ́? Almost everybody ti lọ sí bed. Time tó yẹ kó sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà between àárọ̀ àtọ̀sán wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ní time yẹn. Àwa nísìn almost every day làwa ń sọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà, but kàwá kún ti rí pé tiwantiwa ibi tiwantiwa ni ìyẹn lè ṣe ká kún, but I wanna give up. We have a job to do and we are doing that job and we are going to continue to do that job with the capacity. Kíyàn kan máa wá bí mi pé gbà la fi gba Yorùbá nation náà. We will get Yoruba nation when we are ready. What we are doing right now is campaign. Ìgbà tó máa bọ́ sí ó wà lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Nígbà tí mo pariwo nígbà yẹn àtàwọn colleagues mi, àwọn kan tẹ̀ ní yẹn irọ́ lápá, àwọn kan ní yẹn àti tàn wọ́n, bàbá ẹ̀ ló tàn ẹ̀ àti ìyá ẹ̀, torí pé èmi ò lè jókòó sí bíbà níbi tèmi ń jẹun tí mò ń gbádùn tí ìyàwó mi bá bímọ láàárọ̀ yìí mo mọ tí hospital máa ṣe fún. Bọ́ ẹgbọ́n kan tí colleague mi tó send sí mi, ìyẹn lára àwọn staff wa tó bá wa ṣiṣẹ́ lánàá, ẹgbọ́n kan tó fi ránṣẹ́ sí mi, and this was sent at least about almost to 7. Ẹgbọ́n kan tó sọ.
Ọ̀gá ẹ ṣé gan ni sà, ọkùnrin lábí ọ̀gá ìwò ẹjọ́ ẹni tí dáa lè fi hàn mí lọ́wọ́ kí ni tí mo sẹ́ndì sí ẹ̀wò nǹkan oríṣiríṣi náà ṣáà rà látàárọ̀ wàláì owó tí kò ti yá lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn kan báyìí about 30,000 naira tó ti tán wọn tó gbé ànádá ìwé mi fún mi sí pé kí n tó lọ gẹ́tì àwọn òkú kọ́kọ́ ẹ̀wò ẹjọ́ kọ́tẹ́ wá lè fi hàn mí lọ́wọ́ ẹjọ́ kò sí ẹni tí wọ́n lákàntì nígbà orí ọ̀nà ojú ọ̀nà ni mo wẹ̀ báyìí níbi tí wọ́n dàrẹ́ ti lọ kí n ti lọ gẹ́tì àwọn òkú yẹn.
Ṣé wá rí pé ìkà lẹ́yìn diaspora? Mo máa ń try láti caution ara mi tí bá ń direct ọ̀rọ̀ mi sí diaspora tó sọ pé Nàìjíríà máa da. Ìgbà míì èpè ló yẹ kíyàn máa fún ẹ̀yin náà, because some of you are wicked. Ṣé tí ìyàwó tiẹ̀ bá bímọ ní North Middlesex Hospital, ní King's College, ní Royal Chelsea, ní Woolwich Arsenal, ní gbogbo hospital tẹ́ bá wà ní gbogbo agbègbè yín, ṣọ́kọ́ máa káàkiri ojú títì mọ́tò á ní òun lọ ń ra oògùn fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ tó máa tọ́jú lọ́spítù. ṣe rí pé you are wicked. Wickedness nìyí, because tíyàwó tẹ̀yìn bá bímọ nílùú yìí láàárọ̀ yìí, ṣé wọ́n ló máa jáde ló máa lọ́rọ̀? ìbò oògùn tó fi lò, gbogbo oògùn tí wọ́n fi lò láti fi ṣe ẹni tó ṣẹ̀ bímọ, wọ́n ní kọ́kọ́ jáde lọ sójú títì. àwọn náà lọ ní pharmacies yẹn, àwọn hospital náà ló ní, wọ́n wá ní lọ sí ibẹ̀ yẹn, ibẹ̀ ní kó ti lọ ra oògùn tó máa fi tọ́jú ẹni tó ṣẹ̀ bí. lóòótọ́ àwa tá à ń ṣiṣẹ́ àtàwa businesses báyìí, because business lèmi náà operate ní ìlú ìkọ̀, wọ́n ń gba tax lọ́wọ́ mi. àwa là ń sanwó hospital tá a fi ń dúró pé wọ́n ń pè NHS. àwa aráàlú àtàwọn businesses oríṣiríṣi, Google ni, Amazon ni, this ni, that ni, àwọn businesses tó register tó operate ní UK, wọ́n á san tax. àwa mú tax yẹn wá wá divide, wá fún díẹ̀ fún security, wá fi díẹ̀ fún welfare, wá fún díẹ̀ fún hospital. mò ń bí wọ diaspora tó ń gbé ní abroad, ṣé tíyàwó yín bá bímọ, ṣé ó máa tún jáde nínú hospital ìyẹn ọkọ, because ìyàwó ní lè jáde, ọkọ ló máa rán, ìyẹn tó bá lọ́kọ àbí boyfriend àbí man friend, oríṣiríṣi ló wà. àbí tó jẹ́ pé tó bá tẹ̀ ní ọkọ mọ́, torí ẹlòmíì lè lóyún tọkọ ẹ̀ ti kú láàrin méjì. ṣé ẹ̀ ń rán èèyàn pé ẹ bá wa lọ ra oògùn wá láti tà ní 21st century? now ṣèbí torí pé òun ní access sírú àwa, ẹgbọ́n tó ní ọ̀gá ṣì ń gbá kò sí lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ mọ́. kò ń ṣe pé àti supported prior to the day, but ṣe mọ̀ pé ẹni tó bá wúwo àbí wà ní Yorùbá ṣe máa ń sọ, wọ́n sì máa láti padà wá. kò ń ṣe pọ̀ lẹ lòun náà. Do you understand? This is what is happening on a daily basis in our territory. Hospital, ní security, ní welfare, education. mo tún wá ń béèrè pé ṣá ní future nínú Nàìjíríà? I keep asking that question. àwọn kan náà ní future yẹn ń bọ̀, ó ti dé tán, wọ́n ń tì lọ́wọ́. ẹ wá sọ di future yẹn sọ di mọ́ọ̀lù ẹ̀. We are all living in denial. Ọlọ́run bá wọn pẹ̀lú gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtàwọn tá à ń sọ fún àtàwọn tó ti gbọ́. àwọn kan ní kò tẹ̀ yá wọn, tó bá ti yé yín yẹn, ìyẹn lẹ ṣe máa farabalẹ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tá à ń sọ, torí pé ibi bá yóò ń ṣe ibi tá a ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ àlùfàǹṣá, ibi tá a ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ tó mọ́gbọ́n wá, tó mòye wá, tó ní understanding of kí lè dé tá a ṣe fẹ́ kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. ẹ wá farabalẹ̀. mo mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ ní enough internet láti máa gbọ́ wa. ara ìyà táwọn olóṣèlú ṣe nìyẹn. They are very good in that, because wọ́n mọ̀ pé tẹ́ bá ní internet, tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi ní gbogbo gbà, tẹ́ ń gbọ́ gbogbo àwa media, kò ní pẹ́ kẹ́ tó ní understanding. mo fẹ́ start Twitter space ni for the next an hour, because 1 hour náà ló kù, tó bá dago márùn-ún máa parí program yìí, so 1 hour náà ni Koikimedia live broadcast, so ìní ní 23rd. so mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí, mo kí wa pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò Bódìjà. As far as we are concerned, bomb blast ni in tó bá ń gọ́vnà yìí ni kò pé problem tiẹ̀ nìyẹn, kò ń ṣe problem tèmi. èmi ò gbé Nàìjíríà, ó lè parọ́ pé kò ń ṣe bomb blast. That is his own cup of tea. So I don't live in Nigeria. àwọn tó wà Nàìjíríà gan agree pé bomb blast ni, pé kò kì í ṣe explosive àbí illegal minor or whatever tó bá máa pè. problem ti governor nìyẹn, it's not my problem. So mo kí wa lẹ́ǹkan sí. Now let me take us straight to the next line of mi láti mú bẹ̀lẹ̀ kúrò níbí báyìí because ó ń disturb me. ẹ má bínú lẹ́yìn gbọ́dọ̀ báyìí because kò jẹ́ kí n ráyè ìrànwọ́ fi ṣe nǹkan níbí báyìí. ok, mo lè move on kó rọra wà ní mo fẹ́ kó block camera mi ó dà bó ṣe wà yẹn. So Lano, it was a lot of work we did yesterday. You know, a lot of work, but it's nothing to share with us here apart from because of when to report ara wa fún àwọn tó jẹ́ other colleagues of my media. So I've already told them again, just like I do every time we all meet like that. I always make sure I specifically explain, because ẹlòmíì ó máa jẹ́ repetitive lájọ máa ń pàdé, ẹlòmíì it could be just one time la máa ní opportunity láti jọ pàdé. So when we engage in such fora like that, I quickly, because ní time kò ṣe journalists kò ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó easy, so you have to debrief them quickly so that they can have the grabs. So tó bá bi mí, what do you do? I'm an activist. I also fight. I'm a journalist, blah, blah, blah. Within 3 minutes, you should be able to explain in clear details what you do and the role of what you're doing. And that is exactly how it has been very easy that we will continue to tell them. Some of them will not be able to do anything right now. But at the appropriate time, they will remember that bọ̀bọ̀ kan wà táwọn máa ń jọ ń pàdé ní ibi tá ti máa ń ṣe different things, and they will then pick the story from there, because most of what we are talking about might look like a story, but it's not a story. It is the reality. And the bitimofe learning is again based on my engagement yesterday, because one of them could not get a better understanding, because impression ton fún wọn ni pé separatist ni wá, pé àwa la fẹ́ da Nigeria rú. Ẹ mọ̀ pé bí táwọn náà ti ń resource information wọn àwọ̀ ọ̀mọ́, ẹ rántí pé olórí burúkú bàbá òfò ìyẹn Lai Mohammed olóṣì tó máa wá sí UK á lọ sí BBC á grant interview pẹ̀lú àwọn western media, ó máa sá fúnra wa, kò ní wá bá wa, because ó mọ̀ kó tó ń bá wa bá wa àwa máa it's very early in the morning, so voicing on the lodge very low, but let me connect the microphone. Do my better there. I'm just seeing the comment, I might be new, so I don't know how long. Kò tí sí ọkọ̀ kan tó mọ̀ gbà tí rally máa bẹ̀rẹ̀, because wọ́n ti fún mi ní ìjọba ìnà máa ṣe rally, but àṣerally ẹ̀yin máa polongo Yorùbá nation fáwọn tó wà ládùúgbò yín, and like I said, kólúkálukú lọ darapọ̀ mọ́ group kan ní ibi tẹ́ bá wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. So I think the mic should be better now, because I've increased I've added an external mic to the laptop. Àkókò tí ní kẹ́ fún wa lówó ká upgrade laptop or ká ra desktop tí laptop ò bá ṣiṣẹ́. Laptop mi ṣì wà lọ́wọ́ engineer ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ lé lọ́wọ́, ìyẹn Dell tí máa ń lò, but for now talele ẹni má jẹ́ ń ṣépè fún ẹ. Leave all this traditional story, talk about the bomb blast. Ìyẹn ló lọ bàbá bẹ́ẹ̀ kó sọ nípa bomb blast. Idiot. Kémi fi story sílẹ̀, ọmọ àlè. Ara àwọn tá à ń sọ náà nìyẹn. Kémi fi story sílẹ̀. Ó ṣe lọ sọ́dọ̀ China's television kó lọ máa gbọ́ yẹn. Idiot all over the place. Èmi ló ń sọ fún pé kémi fi story sílẹ̀, olóṣì. Gbàdẹ́pẹ́ ní understanding. Ara problem ta ní náà nìyẹn. Èmi ló ń sọ pé kémi fi story sílẹ̀. Can you imagine? To fi comment síbẹ̀ máa block ẹni. Mo ti delete comment ẹ̀. Orí ọ̀pẹ rárá. Èmi ní kémi fi story sílẹ̀. Ṣé o mọ̀ pé story ó wà lára ń ta fi ṣe analysis media tí mo lọ ṣe training lánàá? Wàá mú scenarios jáde. Inú scenarios yẹn lè máa wá solve solution. Gbàtẹ́ pé púpọ̀ ní yóò ní lákàyè. Àtẹ̀mọ̀ orú education tẹ̀ ní gan sef anyway. Èmi ní kémi fi story sílẹ̀. Idiot all over the place. Let's come back. Mo ti increase mic here, so Mulimaturayi will comment more. So now let's go into separatist. Àwọn ló ń pè ní separatist. Idiot all over the place. kúkú ìyẹn ló tọ́ka wá sí London kó wá máa ṣe tèmi náà ṣe kúkú lè ṣe ní Nàìjíríà ẹ bá ṣe nísìn DSS ló máa wọlé ló máa mú yín ní sàǹtẹ̀ ọlọ́pàá ìlú òfò àti secessionist. Moki Walenko say very good morning. We have an hour to deliver the next section. So secessionist meaning now self-determination. So I brought out 3 different words. The man low. Mẹ́ta ni. Àwọn kan wà wọ́n máa ń pè wọ́n ní separatist. Àwọn kan wà wọ́n máa ń pè wọ́n ní secession or secessionist. Then the last one is the self-determination. Let's start with the separatist.
Separatist.
Kí ló mean? Táwọn kan bá ní àwọn separatist. What does it mean? Àti pé irú àwọn reference wo àti reference point wo ni mo lè lò fún yín when we say some people are separatists. The word separatist is spelled S-E-P-A-R-A-T-I-S-T. Sarah Echo Papa Alpha Romeo Alpha Tango India Sarah Tango.
Separatist.
A person who support the separation of a particular group of people from a larger body on the basis of ethnicity, religion, or gender. They call them
separatist.
What does it mean if you are
separatist?
Separatism is the advocacy of cultural, ethnic, tribal, religious, racial, governmental, or gender separation from the larger group. As with secession, separatism conventionally refers to a full political separation. Groups simply seeking greater autonomy are usually not considered separatists. Let's go into the Wikipedia a little bit and see what we can derive, and then I'll pick on some of the news about separatists. Separatism is the advocacy of cultural, ethnic, tribal, religious, racial, governmental, or gender separation from the larger group. As with secession, separatism conventionally refers to full political separation. Groups simply seeking greater autonomy are usually not considered separatists. Some discourse settings equal separatism with religious segregation, racial segregation, or sex segregation, while other discourse settings take the broader view that separation by choice may serve useful purposes and is not the same as government-enforced segregation. There is some academic debate about this definition, and in particular how it relates to secessionism as has been discussed online. Separatist groups practice a form of identity politics or political activity, and terrorism founded in the shared experience of groups members. Such groups' beliefs attempt at integration with dominant groups compromise their identity and ability to pursue greater self-determination. So we are the one advocating for self-determination. Self-determination is what the Yoruba people are advocating for. We are not asking for the breakup of Nigeria because of nothing more than the fact that we are an indigenous group of people forced to live together with the other ethnic indigenous people through a forced union. The present Nigeria today is a forced union. Nobody asked the British Parliament, which is about an hour away from my house, to merge us together. The merging of Nigeria was not a decision by Lugard. Lugard was taking directives in the century of the era from the British government of the time, or the British Empire of the time. He was a governor administrator brought in from Hong Kong to stay and manage Nigeria, that was a business enterprise as a Royal Niger Company. Nigeria eventually became Nigeria after the amalgamation of 1914. Some say there was a clause of 100 years. Some even argue that there was never a clause. But what we have found out that since 110 years, because Nigeria is only 110 years old, go back to your family history and find out if somebody lived longer to that age of 110 years. If they do, because I got a call, like I said, over the weekend, where I was told that as a father, a grandfather, is 105 years old. What she was like in Yoruba land. I'm not going to tell you which of the states. One baba and she was like very active. Even if we confirm that there's a man of that age, I want to be baba, because in your can be baba, the man is 105 years old. I want to be baba. What do we call them? Do we call them Nigerians? Definitely not. What brought Nigeria together is because of the criminal activities by the Europeans for their own selfish interest, for their own benefit. And that benefit is what I am enjoying today, because part of what they took out from Africa is what some of us are enjoying today. And we are saying to those that doesn't even have access to the wealth and the skills, because not only wealth was taken out of Africa, we are now taking out skills. Even though some of your corrupt politicians, I'm not going to be playing a lot of videos, because at the end of the day, you can go and listen to those videos, especially if you follow us on the Twitter. Amechi was speaking about Japa some few days ago on Arise Television. And he said that he doesn't know why people want to japa, because the moment you japa, all you will be able to achieve is a 9 to 5. Okay, that's okay. At least within a 9 to 5, nobody will come from Europe and call somebody in Africa and say, please send me money because my wife have just given birth. Nobody will work after 30 years and their pension will not be paid. Nobody will want to live in this part of the world and then they will not have their right and freedom. We are not saying that people doesn't die. I lost an auntie last week that lives in this country, and she has lived in this country for a very long time, but she still died. But what we are saying is that even after her death, the husband and the children will be given all the necessary care as dignity of human being by the London borough where they live here in the United Kingdom. The question then is, what about those of you in Nigeria? Some of you that are pretenders, some of you that are defending the fake country that was put together by the British. The British today kept their own monarchy system. The king is going to be operated, for prostate, from what we heard from the palace. They kept their own monarchy system. They cherished it. They preserved it. But the same empire destroyed our own monarchy system, where now our corrupt politicians decide who becomes a royal father and a king. And I hope Alaafin of Oyo will not be given to just a Fulani man, because indication is that we might end up having an Alaafin of Oyo that has a lineage of Fulani blood in them. The British kept their own monarchy system. Again, yesterday I read in the paper, because every day the Metro paper gives me history of things that occurred during a particular day and year. Yesterday they talked about a protest that occurred in Russia, some 1902 or thereabout. About 200 people were killed. So it's not the first time that people have been protesting for something and they get killed. But what we are doing is fear Fear was mentioned a lot of time during my training yesterday. Many of us are fearful because of the unknown, but rather we should kill the fear so that the unknown, we can enjoy it. We are too fearful. We don't want things to happen, but every day things are happening and we can witness it with our eyes. But yet we are living in denial because you're expecting. I saw Ribadu, the National Security Agency, with the American High Commissioner in Nigeria. I don't know what they're discussing, but you're waiting for the same America that fought their own freedom to the last man standing. Blood was spilled. They got their independence from this country. It was not just through voice, it was through a war, the fight. But many of us today do not want us to feel the pain. But when a woman wants to give birth, the pain will occur. But if all goes as planned from the maternity care of that woman, she will deliver safely and there will be a newborn baby. If we really want to opt out of Nigeria, blood will spill and we will enjoy it after the blood has been revealed. Water will spill. There will be damages. Some of you don't want to accept that, but you build your mansion, you build your empire within your little dirty environment that doesn't have security, where we are now seeing so many crimes that we've never had before. You can look up to on a daily basis. Those crimes are not going to end because the country that you think it's working, where some of us are now being called separatists, even though we are not, is becoming ungoverned area. Last week, we saw the death of people again in Bodija. A week ago today, life was lost. As at this time last week, nobody knew that there were already a bomb explosion that will be taking place right under our nose in Yoruba land. You'll expect the intelligent Kunle Bakers. Thank you so much for the super chat. As usual, you allow me to know you're in the program through that. I'm going to appreciate everyone later, but because it came with a super chat, that is the reason why we have to say thank you so much. Many of us are deniers that the reality is becoming dawn on us, but we are waiting for maybe the same European countries that destroy us, that took our forefathers on a slave journey for more than 400 years, sent different parts of the world to build what they wanted us to build. Some died along the line. We are still waiting for the same of these European countries. Some of them are not even up to the population of Lagos State. I want them to come and tell us and reveal to us that we need to break away from the same system they created in 1914. Some of you must be very crazy if you think that 27 European countries that care less about our life, because our life to them is as nothing. We would have to fight our way out to save the next generation from the menace that we found ourselves. Tonight, Sweden, I've never gone to war, but I received a video that I've watched through Vantage that the chief army or whatever, the head of armed force, is telling the citizens of Sweden to start preparing for war. Some of you, when I come out and say there will be war in Nigeria, you're like nya 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 because you live in denial. But in Sweden, as I speak to you today, this is not last year, this is a current video. They are already telling their citizens to prepare for war because they want to be change of guard, but they also want to be pressure. As we continue to monitor the upcoming election in America, if from indication from what I am reading, from the analysis, from the intelligence, from different areas and angle, nobody changed the C&C, chief commander, during a war. Should America escalate the war in the Middle East, or the Middle Belt, the Middle East, should the war between Russia continue, should the war escalate to Iran, Hezbollah, Houthis, that means Joe Biden will not be removed as the president of the president of America, and that is the direction that they are taking the war to right now, because Trump might be coming back, and some people do not want Trump to come back. You might ask me, where do I stand on that? I'll tell you later on, not tonight. But I know from astrologies, from indication, that the world is changing. Some evil force do not want that to happen, especially in the contraction you call Nigeria and Africa. But we will monitor to see what happens next. Again, Trump might be back, subject to if there is no war in America, because America is pushing for a war right in that area where we can see everything is about to explode. Will there be World War III? There's likely indication. NATO is preparing 90,000 military men and women as we speak right now. Some of you, they say they play. I am playing. Yes, I'm playing. But when it starts, it will be televised, like Showore told us. So I'm going to pick a little bit more from separatism, then move straight to the next one because of my time constraint. So let's go a little bit again and look at the Cambridge Dictionary.
Separatism.
The belief held by a people of a particular race, religion, or other group within a country that they should be independent and have their own government, or in some way live apart from the other. One of my journalist friends yesterday asked me during our conversation, he's very conversant with Biafra. He knows everything about Biafra. He has written about them. I'm not going to give you his name right now. He has talked about Biafra in most of his fora, but he doesn't know much about the Yorubas. So we had some engagement. We walked all the way from the NUJ building where I had the training all the way to King's Cross Station. He was shocked when I told him that what the British did was a very bad thing by making sure that those that doesn't speak the same languages were all put together. He kept saying that we are separatists. I said, no, we are not separatists. We have been an indigenous people before the slave trade. We were Yorubas, Omo Yoruba Niwa. We have our own kingdom. We have our own territory. We have our own identity. We have our own ways of life and our culture. All that did not trigger him. I'll tell you what actually triggered him. This is the reason why we must be grateful to somebody like Professor Adebanji Akintoye. Because that is why when you're engaging àwọn òyìnbó yẹn, ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ ntẹ́ máa sọ fún wọn, because what they are being consumed is that we want to break Nigeria because we are separatists, we are secession. Most of the Nigerian media use the word secessionist. Igbo is a secessionist. Nnamdi Kanu is a secessionist. They want, all that nonsense. That is the narrative that the Western media also pick. Do you know what actually blew the mind of these journalists? And he's been in journalists for the last 30 years. Let me look at, I'm not going to give you his name. Just want to go back, because each one of them like that, when everybody's doing their presentation, I write their names down and I write which of the media house Lotiwa yeah. So these in the video I talked about, I will call him a citizen journalist. He also is, when we talked about Shell, I'm going to talk about that a little bit, because he's into climate as well. We have BBC language. There's a woman there that came from BBC but worked in an African country before. She lives there now in the last 17 years. The only thing she does for BBC, any language, look, our language will go into extinction should we not keep it by making sure that we come out of the contraction. Thank you, Nigeria. Can they reserve language? There was a lot of question I asked this woman. There's decline in their language as well from our own country. I'm not going to mention a country. There's another one that talked about commodity news. There's another woman from BBC, again, language service desk. Nothing she shared. There's another guy that has been in media for 30 years. Okay, this one is the one that has been in media for 30 years. He's also a citizen journalist. There's another one from Al Jazeera, like I told you. He managed 18 people. There's another one that works in another private media. It's been 20 years. So I'll leave it like that. What I told these journalists yesterday was that the Yorubas have been civilized. And this was a catchphrase that kept him like, what? I told him that we have been civilized 500 years before the Portuguese exploration. It blew his mind away. I mean, imagine telling somebody that you have been existing 500 years before the Portuguese exploration. The Portuguese got to our territory in 15th century. That was 4 more centuries before the fake country, don't put in Nigeria. 15th century. We are currently at 21st century. As at 15th century, when the Portuguese arrived in Yoruba land, we have been civilized 500 years before that. Ori yokwe enyomo Yoruba ten sokwe ka keep Nigeria. Oyinboyan was blown apart. He has never had that before. And that was like, wow. Now he understands why I am insisting that I am not a separatist. Because it kept going on and on that, that is what they feed us in the West. I want separatists. I said, no, we are not separatists. We are we are not tribes. We are indigenous people that have been existing even before your people came to our territory. And that was how he realized that, okay, that is a lot of work that we are doing. Let's go further into the remaining 2 because I have 32 minutes before the end of the program. The next one is
Secession.
Sarah Echoes, Charlie Echo, Sarah, India, Oscar, November.
Secession.
When the word secession is used, how do you explain that to a layman? Because I don't want to mention his name, but there's one of them in the Arise television, Olori Sangbala Otijewo. He has made so much money. When they make money, you can see the one that went to do his 50th birthday. I don't want to mention his name. They've made so much money during Jonathan time. Jonathan was a drunkard. Was another corrupt politician that actually left PDP to consume the CBN. Celebrating his 50th birthday, posting videos. Even the government sent him congratulatory message. he will tell you this and that on the social media space. Look, even if he made $1 million during Jonathan time, he has probably made so much that he can invest that and he will not have to do much. But he can tell and advise many Nigerians that Nigeria is going to work. He talks a lot about it. Sometimes Yoruba people always feel comfortable when he writes episode about Yoruba people. I'm not going to mention his name. Some of you know who I'm talking about. He will write this episode. He was talking about the coup in one of the coup write-up on the 15th of January. He writes a lot of things, but what he's not telling you is that he has eaten so much wealth during Jonathan. Jonathan was a drunkard. You thought that one has PhD. They looted Nigeria just like Tinubu is currently looting Nigeria. Buhari, there's a guy I follow, even if what he's saying is not true, just like some of you say what we are saying is not true, out of what is not true, you can tell. There's a guy called Sabihu or whatever bastard. I think he's currently in London somewhere, on his SIM card, he has become so much rich that it took so much Buhari. So what I'm just trying to say to you is that there's one that speak on one of the mainstream media on Arise Television. It's always lovely to use the secessionist. But gullible Nigerians will sit back and listen to his gibberish. So what is the meaning of secessionist? The action of withdrawing formally from a membership of a federation or body, especially a political state. Are we withdrawing because we are a political state? We're in a political state? No. We are indigenous people that have been in existence for more than thousands of years. Latin exists. It was the British that did their fake union and call it nigger area. And some of you will never, it's not a cause. I always say when you get to UK, if you don't have papers, call me. We go live here together. We don't destroy the Rwanda policy of Rishi Sunak. Look, me, I can call him any name. I can talk to him anyhow. We are the one that brought him in. But you can't do the same thing in Nigeria. That is the difference between me as a journalist. We've destroyed his Rwanda policy. You get here, you don't have papers, call me, you will live here, but the only thing is you will not be able to travel for some time. But nobody can remove you from this country. We all own this country. I have lived here enough to protect some of you that are coming. They come. Me, I'm not going to tell you not to jackpot. If you can get to UK, get here, but I don't do visas. But when you are in this country, don't let anybody tell you go back home. You live here, you will live here, we will tell you what to do. I will put you through the right direction. You will stay here, but the only problem is you can stay like I have stayed for 15 years before I was given my papers. So don't prepare your mind to go back to Nigeria, because some of you are stupid. Look, many people died in 15 years. I didn't go back home. My younger brother got married. I didn't go back home, because you got to prepare your mind for that until we break away from that shit or country called Nigeria. So if you want to jack back, they come. Get yourself here and call me when you get to this country. Even if you come with a visiting visa, I will tell you what to do. If you say you don't want to go back, I won't say that on the social media. You don't have to pay me for that, idiot. It's free consultation. I will give you the direction. You will live here with me, and you will see why I say that your country you call Nigeria that was put together is a fake country. So when I use the word we are secessionists, what do they mean by we are secessionists? There's nothing called secessionists to what we are doing. Omo Yoruba niwa that do not want to remain in the enclave shithole that the British put together. So let's go into it. Let's dive into it a little bit. What does the secession mean in a simple term? People ask questions. Google is Ifa. That was part of what I stole from Africa. The act of becoming independent and no longer part of a country, area, organization, Norway's secession from Sweden in 1905. We now have Norway, we have Sweden. So let's dive into it again. What is the meaning of the word secede? Secede. To withdraw from an organization. Are we withdrawing from an organization? Our withdraw. It is our territory. What the West and European country did, they took Africa, they sliced them. Chaka, you take Benin Republic. No, me I don't like Benin. I like the side we get a lot of oil. So Britain took Ghana, took Nigeria, took the one where they love. France take the one where they like. Belgium, Olori Buruku country. Benin Moso. They destroy Congo. You know what the Belgium did? King Leopold or whatever they call him during that era. He actually sat on Congo as if imagine making Congo like it is their another territory that they own. That is what they did, Belgium. And every time we see one woman, they drive Okada, they go like that, they travel, they share. Hey, I just reached the border of Africa, exposing our borders with a lot of viewership because it's an Oyinbo person. Maybe even sometimes as they go, terrorists see and they say they go. But me and you, they kidnap us. She been an Oyinbo. We they see her, they travel. I'm in my bike. I'm traveling towards get to Nigeria. Police wey Nigerian government no fund very well. Hello, where are you from? I'm from Belgium. Oh, what do you bring for us? Money. Can a policeman stop me in this country and I'll be asking him where is he from? He's the one going to be asking me where am I from. Go and see, is it Lusaka, that footballer from France? I was reading in the paper yesterday how the French police beat him. A footballer, one not here by jet. The case, I think, has now been concluded, but the police were only suspended or something. This happened in France. I can't remember his full name because the paper is not in front of me, but I'm sure some of you that are into football will remember what I'm talking about. That is a star, the one where they play football for France. Not to talk of me and you, we just want, survive. But can I go out of my street now and a policeman pull over next to me and say, hello, Mr. Where are you going? And I say, I live here. Can I ask the police officer if he needs money? No, you see a police officer in this country. She won't got láti béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé ó fẹ́ fún lówó, because is but from the head to the bottom is as clean as more than your president. He get paid, he has pension, he has union, he has access to welfare. His wife will not be calling me and say, can you say, when was the last time when Igbo people call Africa and say, my wife just deliver, send us money? We have now turned the social media into the venture where we ask for money on a daily basis for our people back home in Nigeria. This man is an actor. He has been a Yoruba actor for a long time, but now he no get house. She na my responsibility me will build house for him. The government should have provided house for them. Some of them, they don't get car and they buy the same car in the bad road and all that. So again, when you hear the word secessionist, we are not seceding away from Nigeria, okay? Nigeria was used as a bargaining chip over me and you. One know Nigeria by telling us that keep Nigeria for us. I want you keep Nigeria for us. Just make sure say they vote every 4 years. Emma Dibo. And help us to renew, because some of you don't know that what you are doing is you are renewing the fake independent, the fake union for the West. And if I tell you lie, as a Commonwealth citizen, go to the British Embassy and tell them you want to come to UK and watch Premier League. They will tell you to go and get DSTV and watch it inside there. But do you know that 27 European countries, some of them are not up to the population of Lagos? They will buy a ticket. They will now fly. Some of them will drive. Some of them will come with coach. I go see them, they go park. Especially when I go Tottenham area, which is the area I love to go, or Arsenal. They go see them, they come out. They go, they wear jersey. They go, they wear jersey. Where you did Africa, you did Nigeria, you did support Manchester. I don't have any problem with you supporting them. You support Chelsea, Wolverhampton. Tell them, see, make they give you visa as a Commonwealth citizen, so you won't come watch live game. We live in denial. We are fake people because Nigeria itself is a fake country. Some of them say, but how are we going to get this country? When we get this country, is it not the same set of politicians? I was watching my brother Moluka yesterday. All these our elites, Olanipekun, Robert Clark, Professor Days, that one we get university, we give £10,000 to King's College, Afe Babalola, and so on and so forth. What they do is, they know the law. Then, and Femi and Falano, many of them like that. Name it. They all know the law, that the constitution where they govern us now fake. But they know if you speak out. The one way speak out, this constitution can never give us progress. Okay, so then why are we holding on to the constitution? Let's destroy this constitution so that we have a constitution that works for us. The constitution, the Oyinbo journalist asked me that question yesterday again. He said, but so what is going to be the way out? I said, well, the way out is the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria presently doesn't have the referendum clause. The guy said, because what they've done perfectly is that they've listened to the same people where they tell them, say, at some point, people will come and want to ask you questions. They know that. Make sure you don't put the right to referendum in your constitution. Make sure that all the exclusive list, recurring list, but make sure that all the resources from every part of Nigeria, your governors, your representative, they not burn their papa and their mama well to touch it. It has to be from the federal. And some of us are now excited. Hey, Jagaba, Tinubu Tidebe, it go solve our problem. Nobody is disputing it's not going to solve our problem. But let him make sure that in the 4 years tenure he has, he either dissolved the whole country or he rig himself back, which I think he will do. There's no doubt about it in my mind. He will rig himself, okay? He's good at that. He will come back and do another 4 years, making 8 years. I hope in that period of time, Yoruba, I hope he dissolves Nigeria, because if he does not, if the next party, whether it's PDP that comes back, look, Peter Obi is not going anywhere. If you like, make it go to Juju, he's not coming anywhere, okay? Atiku is not coming anywhere, but there are new players from the northern part of Nigeria. They're not going to give it to the Igbo. So if they like, make their cry from now to thy kingdom come. The Igbo will never be the president of Nigeria. The North hates them just as we hate them. So if anybody think that Igbo will be president, forget them. So the power goes back to the North. And you know what happened? All this one way that they do right now, Tinubu, Tinubu ho, Tinubu ha. After 8 years, they will first remove Emso Luomo from the national, because it's currently the national. When they remove him, they will not retain Cardoso. Wale Edun, the one where they speak big grammar, went to shit or whatever. All this forum, they are bastard. All this, sorry for this, it's nothing but again, all these World Economic Forum, IMF, World Bank, Wale Edun is now trying to negotiate another $1.5 billion loan for Nigeria to stabilize the old Naira. We don't the inside washing machine, because the Naira is inside the washing machine, or is inside the, like I posted on my Twitter, we have put the naira. It's in the it's literally otiwani kini machine tinya bafeku. We have actually kept Nigeria naira there, and it's never going to rise again. If you like, let your pastor say Nigeria will rise. Kò ní dá fún pastor yẹn náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo sọ. Kò ní dá fún imam yẹn ni mo sọ. Nigeria will never rise again. As you are trying to bring it to rise, we will kill it, we will destroy it. Pump bastards. Nigeria will rise again. Somebody wife born Pekin, he go run up and down. They look for money, go buy drug. Now you say Nigeria go better. Ni dafun go intenso be. Pump bastard. Yeah, Otu in coma. Thank you so much, man. Nigeria naira is in coma, okay? So stop wasting your time. You can say we are just talking and nothing is going to happen and no problem. But at least I know say Biafra go hit. And if they no hit, we're already because we talk too much, but we are strategists. We will destroy Nigeria from outside. What I told the journalists yesterday, I just gave you a sneak view. I don't have to tell you everything. They will start doing their own job. All the one way that they use money, they pump narrative that we are separatists, we are secessionists. We will destroy all that narrative. That is the reason why you must fund this media, because I will give as much information to all the journalists that I meet that we are not, Biafra is not a secessionist. If you like, don't hate them. If you like them. I'm not here to tell you to like Biafra. I don't have to like them, but we're on the same cause. They want to fight for for their own freedom. Let them go. They cannot push us to what we don't want to do. If you like, they can say anything about us. I don't care. But they are fighting for one thing. They want to break away from Nigeria. If they like, make them declare their own nation and we are not ready. It doesn't matter. Something must lose. Look, the moment you start losing something from something, it is no longer the same thing anymore. It does not matter whatever it is. Take away one screw from your device and don't put the screw back. So the moment their own side get loose, it helps every single one of us. I will be ready to go there and report from Biafra when the real Wahala start, if we are not ready. So we are not running the same page, but we are moving together. I'm not here to say you should go and support whatever they are doing. They have their own issues. We have our own issues. But on this journey of self-determination, I will change the narrative from UK, especially to the media that have been told that we are secessionists and we are also separatists. That is the job I will be doing, especially in 2024. So don't come and tell me, Koiki Balama. No, I'm not here to tell you when we're getting Yoruba Nation. My job is first to distort that false information and narrative that they've given the Western media. Because what I've been hearing from the Western media was again what I had yesterday. We are separatists and we are secessionists. I will have to destroy Nigeria. But when we start telling them that Nigeria never existed before 500 years of the exploration of the Portuguese, when we start telling them all the reasons that the identity theft that the Britain or the British Empire took away is what we are trying to get back. And they love when somebody is an activist. They know the meaning of activist. So let's go and dive into it a little bit, because I have just about less than 15 minutes to end of the program. Which is an example of secession? The most famous secession movement was the case of the southern state of the United States. Secession from the United States was accepted in 11 states but failed in 2 others. The seceding states joined to form the Confederated States of America. So secession was used as the American, from what we are reading. The 11th state of CSA, Confederated States of America, in the order of their secession date, listed in the parentheses were Southern Carolina, December 20, 1860. There was no Nigeria then. No. Mississippi, January 9, 1861. Florida, January 10, 1861. Alabama, January 11, 1861. Georgia, January 19, 1861. Louisiana, January 26, 1861. Texas, February 1st, 1861. Virginia, April 17, 1861. Arkansas, I hope I pronounce it very well. May 6, 1861. Northern Carolina, May 20, 1861. Tennessee, June 8, 1861. I'm going to move swiftly because of my time, because I got to go back and lie down, even if it's just for 1 hour more before the children start waking up. Self-determination. What is self-determination? Self-determination refers to a person's, the Yorubas, the Biafrans, the Arewas, the Middle Belt, the indigenous people of what makes up Nigeria, to make choices and manage their own life. Now, the one way we talk, where people say, don't help us to manage our life. Our life is as good as it is right now in Nigeria. But your wife give birth, your children can't go to school. You know, people are on our neck, especially the diaspora. People cannot pay house rent. People, they live inside, face me, I face you, slap me, I slap you. Everybody has become content creator. But underneath it, they do ritual. Use blood, drugs, the Igbos, drugs, the Yoruba rituals, the Hausas, they don't have access to the power anymore. They lost it because Tinubu is there. They use Nigeria wealth to develop and make money. Now that Tinubu is no longer giving them the opportunity, they are angry. If they like, make the commit suicide. Tinubu will not die. He will be there. We will pray for him to be there so that he can also enjoy. But if he then fail to do what you expect him to do as Yoruba people, then you will all cry. I will be here. Buhari started like that. We were shouting. Some of you say, la 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 la, lo 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 lo. Buhari don't finish now. He don't chop money. He don't make people rich. Dangote rich. This one rich. So Tinubu must make some people rich as well. Then after that, it goes back to the north. Then you come and start Yoruba Nation campaign, Abi. They will kill as many of us. So this is the best time in the history that Tinubu is there, that we fire up, not fire up as violent, but we fire up with every arsenal that we have. One of them is what I am doing from the end now, to distort the information that we are separatists and we are the one that wants to break Nigeria. We're not breaking Nigeria. We are going back to what it used to be before the slave trade and before the fraudulent 1914 amalgamation. It's going to be a lot of work. I will have to attend a lot of events where I can see top journalists so that they can start writing things, they can start granting interviews, they can start doing things that will change the narratives. Self-determination refers to a person's ability to make choices and manage their own life. Being self-determined means that you feel in greater control as opposed to being non-self-determined, which can leave you feeling that your life is controlled by others. Your life is currently controlled by our lori bruku politicians, our bomb bastard, our evil politicians, people like Ike Kerimadu. I told you we've locked him here. He's not coming back home anytime soon. We are waiting for Dezani's case come 2025. It might be like it's long. 1 year will be done now. Dezani returned back to court. Many of them like that. All these corrupt politicians. And as I leave us this morning in the next few minutes, let's take one more from the example. What does self-determination mean? Self-determination, the power or the ability to make a decision for oneself without influence from outside. Hey, Koiki, we don't have independence. We are now independent. We are independent. Who gave you independence? None of you are independent because they control you from outside using your puppet politicians. Hey, we are going to ban them from coming to America. What do Wike won't go do for America? He can send anybody to America to buy whatever he needs. He has a lot of people in America that they can buy whatever he needs. He doesn't need to go to America. When there are so many other countries like Dubai that needs them, like Atiku lives there. And then you see somebody go and take picture with Atiku and say, hey, Atiku, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. That one has been trying to become Nigerian president as far back as 1993. He doesn't want to give up because he has some stake that he still wants to take out of Nigeria. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. I hope you've enjoyed the program. I've got to start making my way to end this program. But let me finish by appreciating those of you that have picked your comment. If you haven't seen your comment, I'm sorry. I might not mention your name. I'm going to do it swiftly because, like I said, I'm not going to be here forever, but I'm going to be back again at the appropriate time. When do I come live? I don't give a time. Get your notification bell. Make sure you watch. Make sure you share. And the most important thing, donate. Silver Badmos, good morning. Thank you so much. Mr. Deleye Taiwo, good morning. Thank you so much. My brother Olatunja Wofeso, thank you so much. Iyawa Elizabeth Adesonya, thank you so much. Idris, good morning. Sanjo Beauty Air, Shewon Mudia dear, thank you so much. May Jesus Christ be with us. Me too at the fast. I do 3 in 1. I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, I'm a traditionalist. I'm also an atheist, weary. At least atheists are better off. I saw Osh Poppy. I don't know whether it's him because it's just a voice. Osh Poppy is better than those of you in Nigeria. Go and see the food he's eating in the prison, in American prison. I don't know whether it's him, but I saw a video that indicates that it's Osh Poppy. Just the voice alone. Mr. Omoboyede Jacob, thank you so much. Ajoji Kogbodogba, thank you so much. My brother again, Olatunja Wofeso, says the region government was the best system in Nigeria. Let's hope Tinubu will at least push towards that. Is he going to do it? Like I said, I might be wrong in the future. I don't trust President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to do that. Mrs. Elizabeth Adeson, thank you so much once again. To my beautiful mother that stays awake, thank you so much. Omobolaji Abdullah, it's been a while. It's great to see you back on the thread. You say good morning. Thank you so much. Easy, my brother. He actually sent this with DHL from America. Special to me. Thank you so much. I can't love you less. Even though I know send coffee tonight, but I'm sure you know how you normally donate. Kunle Bakers, thank you so much. Mrs. Comfort Olagunju, thank you. GR1, thank you so much. Truth and Question, thank you so much. All hail our Biafra brothers and sisters. Respect also that we can respect you. Especially don't come and attack Igbowo. I will fire you back to back. Igbowo can greet Tinubu doesn't mean he's not in the movement. We don't have to do like you are doing. Do yours, we are doing our own. We still have cordial relationship as far as I'm concerned with the Biafra. If that doesn't make you comfortable, I don't give a toss. Until Nnamdi Kanu hopefully comes out and say otherwise with Simon Ekpa, I don't have any problem with Simon Ekpa. None of you were in that meeting. It was not 3 meetings. It was a continuous meeting that was meant to take us to the next stage. But unfortunately, some people sold Nnamdi Kanu out. Yeah, what the additional said. They wanted to assassinate Nnamdi Kanu. We pray for him. Olalekon, okay, good morning. Thank you so much. And I think that is on that from that section. Let me go quickly on the Facebook. Again, Obolaji Abdul Idowu, which is Abdullah again. Thank you so much. Amosun Shegun, thank you so much. Adekunle Jr., thank you so much. Ayomiko, my brother, said some Trump followers said if Trump loses, there will be a civil war. Well, most black people do not want Trump. But like I said, I will reserve my own comment on that. But remember, Biden wants a war so that he can remain in power. Because one can change the president when there's a war. We will continue to monitor America. Remember that it's Biden that took Nigeria out again from the blacklist of people of a country that is killing many Christians. They whine me. The truth, the real Americans knows that having Biden there is a problem. Adekunle Ramon, thank you so much. Mr. Williams, Future Care, where are all our girls now? They're all Olo show boys. Everybody's doing content creator, but yet, we pray that they would listen and understand. You also want to say Nigeria is nothing but dead country. Akim Ayodele, thank you so much. Let's speak. We were having issues with one of my platform yesterday. Mr. Sam Jones, thank you so much. Aziz Olowo Keo Bello Eshegani, Salamu Alaikum. I love Muslims. I was born as a Muslim, but I'm also a Babalawo. I'm also a Christian. I love the White Garment Church. I attend anything goes. I am 40 plus. Nobody deceive me with religion today. Religion is your own problem. Keep it to yourself. Don't force it on anybody. Nuruddin, thank you so much. Mr. Sam said, when is the next rally? I don't know. We will let you know when we are also in the know. I think I've captured everybody. Let me see. Thank you so much, Saeed Balogun on the Instagram. all our mothers, thank you so much for standing true with us. If I didn't mention your name, we have two of our listeners. Some of them have dropped out from the Biafra Edo Picture. Thank you so much. Oje Annie, thank you so much. We love the Biafrans. I love them so much. They're very dedicated. Some of them could be pain in the ass. There's a lot of tension between the Yorubas and the Igbos and Hausas and social media. All that is a distraction. The real problem is break away from Nigeria. If I like, I can go and marry another Igbo woman if my wife gives me the access to go and do so. But for now, they want to break away. We want to break away. Let everybody go their separate ways. That's all I can say. But we pray for those bodies. My team will be back there. Give us money. We need funding. Funding is what is called media. Without funding, we can't do anything as much. We are preparing for next month for Oloyegbowo's mother's burial. All of you coming to say, Koikimedia, I will not say more than that Oloye will make a decision on himself. We will not influence his decision. He will go in accordance with his own decision. And I'm not here to tell you whether it's going or not, even though he has said it's going. As far as I'm concerned, every one of us is Igbowo. So go and buy your own Ankara. Mr. Tony Ages, thank you so much. Mr. Bamidele Aliu, to my beautiful mother, I love you so much. To my wives, thank you so much. To all our media that are working back to back, Yami Fola Shade Falade, thank you so much. To all my mothers, my grandfathers in America, the love that you have for me, I love you so much. And be rest assured, any media to do that. I will challenge every single media in Nigeria that continue to portray a narrative against Biafra and the Yoruba from UK. UK brought Nigeria together. We will unblock it from this country. So that is how far I can go. Thank you so much, Mr. Peter Pan. I know say Clement, my Biafra brother, that one they pay salary for me every month. Kunle Bakers, I love you. If you are not donating to me, donate, okay? Don't be stingy. It's important. Yemi Fatoki, my brother, thank you so much. Mas B, good morning. I gotta go now. Thank you so much. I just want to go back and next to my wife, okay, before she wake up. And Kodula. Love you all. Thank you so much. Appreciation to everyone. If you're going to be watching this as a repeat program, do not hesitate to share. For the two people that are listening on the MixLR, I also count you in as part of the program. OLAYOMI KOIKI, Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Alex Mamo, I just cite you. Thank you so much. DJ Sono, thank you so much. And if I didn't mention your name, like I said, we are all one. Yoruba nation has come to stay. If you like, they say, don't come in now. We are 5 o'clock. And 6. So I'm going back to bed. I saw it about G. So thank you so much, my brother. And on that note, I'll leave us like they say. Oloyegbowo, ama nife kuni. I will be with you back to back. Ibituban loni munlo. Take us to anywhere. I am going with you. Baba Kitoye, I stand with you shoulder to shoulder. All the Yoruba sons and daughters, I am with you. I don't have anything else. This is the only thing that consumes my day and my time. And I'm prepared for it. It's a long ride, but some of us are in it as that long ride. Orayola Masun, good night and bye for now. For the lady, Kagbega, 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 Ìgbàgbọ́, Bàtí bẹ̀rù, Kàṣiṣẹ́, 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 Ìṣọ̀kan, Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira, ní kẹ́ jẹ́ ká máa lépa, tẹ̀síwájú, fọ̀pọ̀ ire, àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Odùduwà, ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀, àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. And as usual, we just play the next video that allows me to break and close the broadcast. Thank you so much, those of you that are watching me from Twitter. I know you're there because sometimes after the program, I see about 100 people have watched it as well. Thank you so much. I know you're there. I appreciate you. And on that note, thank you so much. There will be live reportage from the Koikimedia team from the explosion site in Ibadan later on this morning. Thank you so much. Bye for now.